Hey, how you doing today?
What's up?
Look good. What's your name? Where you from?
I'm Vybz Kartel, and I'm from everywhere.
Everywhere is in the house. Stop playing with them. Yes, sir.
Man.
Okay, we see the fit. Describe it today.
Oh, this is just a regular Thursday, man. This is like Louis.
Uh-huh.
I got the Louis.
Damn.
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 I was in prison.
In the dancehall universe, few names strike as much admiration, controversy, and curiosity as Vybz Kartel, real name Adidja Azim Palmer. A lyrical genius, a cultural icon, and a man whose life reads like a blockbuster script. But perhaps the most captivating chapter of his journey is not what happened in studios or on stage, but what unfolded behind cold prison walls. This is the untold story of how Vybz Kartel, even while locked up, remained the most influential figure in dancehall, built a musical empire from behind bars, and faced one of Jamaica's most high-profile legal battles in modern history. The rise before the fall. By the time Vybz Kartel was arrested in 2011, he wasn't just a dancehall artist, he was a movement. From Clark's to Summertime, from Romping Shop to Fever, Kartel dominated airwaves. His Portmore empire, later known as Gaza, had reshaped dancehall music, and young talents like Popgun, Tommy Lee Sparta, and Jar Vinci had emerged under his wings. But in September 2011, the unthinkable happened. Kartel was arrested and charged in connection with the murder of Clive Lizard Williams, a former associate. It sent shockwaves through Jamaica and the global dancehall community. Fans cried foul play, while critics whispered that his lyrics were finally catching up with him. The murder case. Kartel's case was nothing short of a media circus. Clive Williams had allegedly gone missing after failing to return 2 unlicensed firearms entrusted to him. Prosecutors claimed Kartel ordered his torture and execution at a Havendale home. But there was one major issue. Williams' body was never found. The trial began in late 2013 and lasted 65 days, becoming the longest-running criminal trial in Jamaican history at the time. Among the evidence were damning BlackBerry messages, alleged voice notes, and even video footage said to show Kartel at the crime scene. Yet the defense argued that much of the digital evidence was tampered with, that the prosecution relied heavily on circumstantial data, and that key witnesses had questionable credibility. Despite this, on March 13, 2014, Kartel was found guilty of murder and sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 35 years. But this wasn't the end, only the beginning of a new chapter. Prison life, not your ordinary inmate. At the Tower Street Adult Correctional Center, aka GP, General Penitentiary, in Kingston, most inmates disappear into silence, not Kartel. Within months, rumors began to swirl. Vybz Kartel was recording music from prison. From 2014 to 2020, Kartel released several albums, including King of the Dancehall, To Tanesha, Of Dons and Divas, and Exiled Pharaoh. Tracks continued to top charts, music videos dropped, and fans were baffled. How? Was Vybz Kartel secretly recording from prison? Authorities denied it. Kartel himself was cryptic in interviews, suggesting that he had hundreds of unreleased tracks before his incarceration. But industry insiders and prison sources told a different story. Whispers of smuggled equipment, bribed officers, and hidden studios within the prison walls became part of the Kartel mythos. In 2017, prison authorities launched a raid and confiscated contraband, including phones. Yet, weeks later, Kartel dropped new music again, The Hidden Operation. It's alleged that from behind bars, Kartel maintained strong communication with his team on the outside. Through carefully coordinated phone calls, encrypted messages, and hand-picked middlemen, Kartel ran his brand like a CEO. He directed music production, oversaw collaborations, managed promotions, and even guided the careers of his sons, Little Vybz and Little Addy, who launched their own group, UTG Uptown Gaza, during his incarceration. In a 2016 interview with Fox 5 New York via phone from prison, Kartel declared, "I was born to be in the spotlight. Prison can't stop my music, it can't stop my message." Inmate or not, Kartel had become the first dancehall artist to truly operate a full-fledged music empire from behind bars, health scares, and struggles. But prison life wasn't just beats and bars. Vybz Kartel's health became a serious concern. In 2019, and again in 2021, his attorneys and family raised alarms about his worsening condition. He reportedly suffered from Graves' disease and heart complications. His face was thinning, eyes bulging, and he was often kept in solitary confinement under harsh conditions. In interviews, Kartel admitted, "It's like hell in here. The heat, the inhumane treatment, the lack of medical care, it's psychological warfare." Despite these obstacles, his output never slowed. Even when hospitalized briefly, new music kept appearing. Love, family, and connection from prison. Behind bars, Kartel also maintained a deeply personal side. In 2020, he released To Tanesha, an entire album dedicated to his longtime partner and baby mother, Tanesha "Shorty" Johnson. The album was a window into his vulnerability, a stark contrast to his hardcore image. He also stayed connected with his children. His sons frequently visited him, and he remained involved in their lives. Whether it was approving music, helping with schooling, or encouraging their dreams, Kartel found a way to be a father, even from prison. The appeals and the big turnaround. In 2020, Kartel's legal team finally scored a partial victory when the UK Privy Council, Jamaica's highest court of appeal, agreed to hear his case, citing concerns over how evidence had been handled. Fast forward to March 2024, and in a shocking twist, the Privy Council overturned his conviction on the grounds of procedural errors and evidence mismanagement. The case was sent back to Jamaica for retrial considerations, but Kartel's lawyers quickly filed for bail, arguing that he had already served over a decade and deserved his freedom. Then, in July 2024, after 13 long years, Vybz Kartel walked free, the legacy of a jailed king. Vybz Kartel's time in prison is a tale of contradiction. On one hand, he was a convicted inmate serving life for a brutal murder. On the other, he was the most prolific and powerful force in dancehall, without ever leaving his cell. How he balanced the two, how he influenced culture, mentored his children, and maintained relevance without freedom, will forever be one of music's most fascinating phenomena. Whether you believe he was framed or guilty, whether you see him as a hero or a villain, one thing is clear. Vybz Kartel didn't just survive prison. He ruled it. From the throne of Gaza, through the iron bars of Tower Street, and now back on the stage where he belongs. Vybz Kartel's journey is the stuff of legend. His prison story isn't just about time served. It's about resilience, strategy, influence, and unwavering faith in his voice. What other artist could write chart-topping hits from a jail cell and still shape the culture of a nation? Only one man, the Worl Boss. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more mind-blowing stories from the heart of dancehall culture.